fight song.
Oh,
it's
stop whining, dude. It was supposed to be Oregon from Malta, all right?
Stop.
All right, here we go. Listen. Welcome to... Oh, it is Oklahoma. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
All right, I got to say, it wasn't supposed to be Oklahoma. It was supposed to be this. Supposed to be mighty Oregon from Malta. Mighty Oregon. All right.
You got slighted, Malt, in my opinion.
There we go.
Number 2 team, baby.
Hey, listen, what a win.
I normally don't do this, but I screwed twice up. I screwed up because I didn't get you your song, and I screwed up instead of hitting record. You're live right now. So we'll replay it at 6 again, but this is going out live, so no pressure.
All right, why not?
Let's go, baby. Where the view?
All right, all good, baby. Here we go. All right, I got a stalker just showed up again.
With the jersey.
It's unfortunate. Jay,
Jay,
sit down and make yourself comfortable because we got some stuff to talk about here.
All right, listen, we're going to start off with Alabama-Georgia game, boys. I mean, Bama ended Georgia's 33-game home winning streak in front of 93,033 at the Hedges at Sanford Stadium. So one thing that was really cool about the game, which I came back and saw because we didn't see it on the broadcast we were watching, was all the Georgia gave out these wristbands that were like these 65,000 they gave out, Pix Mob LED wristbands and made the whole place light up to That's awesome. All synchronized wristbands. So that was pretty cool seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I mean, the story of this game was Bama quarterback Ty Simpson, man. 24 for 38, 276, 2 TDs through the air and 1 rushing. He was clutch all night. Bama went 12 for 19 on third down conversions. Got Bama out to a 14-0 lead with the passing TDs. And Bama scored all of its 24 points in the first half, and that's kind of all they needed. Georgia did run the ball well, 227 yards on 33 carries, led by Chauncey Bowens with 12 for 119 and a touchdown. Guy averaged 10 yards a carry against Bama's defense, which tells me that he should have ran the ball more. You know, I mean, that's what we got to say right there, boys. But I think the Dogs narrowed the Bama lead to 3 with that 1-yard punch by Josh McCray. And the Tide defense, what do you call it? One of the best things I saw was on offense with Alabama, with their left tackle,
Caden Proctor.
Yeah, Caden Proctor. Unbelievable pass to him on that screen pass. That was just awesome. And basically the motion out there, the guy got it. And, I mean, some of those D-backs at Georgia were making business decision there, man, about what they're going to do in front of that guy. Yep. But, I mean, at the end of the game, Cash Jones was stuffed for a 2-yard loss on a 4th and 1. Hurt Georgia right there. And then Alabama, that was on the 8-yard line, too. I mean, why not kick the field goal there? I don't understand, you know. Maybe it could have been a good spot to kick the field goal.
But I listened to Kirby Smart talk specifically. He got hammered in the press conference about that exact decision. And he just went on to say, you know, they practice that almost that exact scenario quite often, probably on Blood Tuesday. I know I'm a big fan of Blood Tuesday, but they practice it. He said if he was faced with that decision 10 out of 10 times, he's calling the same play 10 out of 10 times. His staff was in agreement. He goes, they did the same thing earlier in the game. He said the only real decision at that point was whether to go tempo or not go tempo. He said that tempo had really helped them earlier in the game. He said he didn't really want to give Bama the opportunity to get set, regroup, get their cleats in the ground, and get prepared for them. He thought if they just lined up and tried smashing them, that's their identity. That's what they do. Yep. And you got to tip your cap to Bama, man, because they do. Georgia does that to everybody, and Bama was able to come up with a big stop. So
I'll tell you one thing. That basically that game sealing 3rd down play by Alabama. I mean, what an awesome play design with faking the screen and the sprint out to the left. And all of a sudden, quarterback Ty Simpson quicks roll off, back comes right to the flat. Jamarian Miller with that 7-yard pass play, basically ending the game, letting them run out the clock. Love the play call with the misdirection, especially against the defenses like Georgia. So that was very impressive to me.
You kind of see now, like, you know, it's taken maybe a little longer than Alabama fans want, but I think you start to see Alabama's identity is starting to be more of a coach.
Close that door.
It's starting to be more of a coach DeBoer offense than like translating from like a Nick Saban and even like a Kirby Smart kind of offense. And like you said, Coach, like the play on third down was awesome. Bama, Ty Simpson and Bama were awesome on third down all night long. It was like
12 for 19.
12 for 19. You couldn't really get them off the field. But again, it wasn't really the run game, right? Like we're used to seeing Bama, Georgia, all these teams line up and run. It's like the intermediate passing game off of different eye candy as an extension of the run game, which is what we kind of saw at Washington. So it's like really starting to translate a little bit, and it looked good, man. Especially Georgia's defense is awesome.
Yeah.
I thought
We all agree on that.
great call by you here, Z. I mean, you said Bama was going to win this game. I had Georgia, so
did I.
But first,
listen, Kalen DeBoer he's a good football coach, man. The guy's backed up against the wall. All he's hearing there is going to get fired. All he's going to hear is all this stuff. And he's like, listen, I earned my way to get here to Bama. I earned this job, and I'm going to show you why. So good for him,
We got Kirby 1-7 against Bama. Kirby's 1-7 against Bama in his career. I mean, what is he? He's 0 for 2 against DeBoer, right?
Yep, 0 for 2 now.
So, I mean, Georgia, they've continued to struggle in the first half. Like, I mean, I guess against Tennessee, they were down 10-plus points in the first half, and the same thing with Bama. Like, they got and then the Ryan Williams drop catch could have put up more points, but Bama's defense, like you said, Z, came up big. Third down came up big. I mean, and their offense, they scored on 4 out of the first 5 possessions of the football game. So, Georgia's just they gotta come to play in the first half. And I mean, they're like we always say, they're very good at adjusting at half, but come out to play.
I mean, listen, the one thing we keep saying
slow. They definitely started slow, and they have. They have been.
You guys, and we keep saying it about Georgia's defense. I mean, maybe they're not that good. I mean, look what happened with Tennessee. Look what happened with Bama. Maybe they're not as good as we always think they are. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I think maybe all around these teams that we always thought had these great defenses, maybe NIL and all these guys transferring is hurting everybody. You don't have the depth when guys get hurt, So maybe that has something to do with it.
Could
all
be.
right, so Kite, what do we got, baby?
Ole Miss LSU. Awesome win for Ole Miss in the Magnolia Bowl. Undefeated in the SEC going against each other. Listen, man, here's the thing. Big Ten football, it's terrific. You cannot get up from your couch and walk to your bathroom to take a piss without tripping over 3 SEC awesome games every weekend. Every single weekend, there's just matchups on top of matchups on top of matchups. It's awesome. So, listen, man, Lane Kiffin, tip your cap to him. Ole Miss I just feel like they're rolling. I watched the first game of the year in its entirety. It was kind of like stale, whatever. Austin Simmons, quarterback. He goes out. We talked about it last week quite a bit. Trinidad Chambliss, the transfer from Ferris State national championship quarterback, comes off the bench, and the guy's electric, right? Z, you and I talked about this a little bit. Like, at times in the LSU game, he was a little bit, I'll just say, I don't know, took some chances with the football, but he did not disappoint. Quick comparison offensively between the two teams. Ole Miss, 314 passing yards to LSU's 197. 166 rushing yards to LSU's 57. 28 first downs to 16 first downs. 8 for 17 on third down conversions, 2 for 11 on LSU's part in third down conversions. And then here's a big stat I'll touch on in a second. Ole Miss punched, 24 points through a awesome LSU defense, right? I feel like the last few weeks we've talked about how good, how dynamic LSU's defense is, how good their players are, their scheme's good, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Ole Miss goes out, Lane Kiffin, Charlie Weiss Jr., they score 24 points despite 14 penalties for 109 yards. So that's kind of I don't know, man. They scored 24 points despite a fumble on the 3-yard line going into the end zone and an interception by Trinidad Chambliss. So here's the thing. They win the game 24-19. hypotheticals being what they are, if they don't fumble on the 3 going in, right? Let's just say they don't score a touchdown. Let's just chalk it up. They're in field goal range. They get 3. 109 penalty yards, a lot of them coming on crucial downs. Let's chalk that up to another 3 points, maybe. Like, we'll play it safe. You just went out and scored 30 points on one of the best defenses, in my opinion, probably right now in the conference, in the country maybe, but definitely in the conference. So you got to tip your cap to LSU. I have like a little bit of a question for Z. So we talked last week about the A side of the matchup being LSU's defense playing against Ole Miss's offense, right? The tempo, the 20 personnel, all the different stuff. But the B side of the matchup ended up being something huge. I feel like Ole Miss's defense came up huge, and I just think that the phrase playing complementary football is something that gets like taken for granted. As a head coach, Z, how important is it for a team to play complementary football, both offensively and defensively, specifically when your offense is struggling a little bit, finding their rhythm, scoring points, getting first downs, moving the chains? When you have to punt a little bit, how big is it for your defense to come up and get big stops?
Well, listen, that's something that me and Mac used to talk about all the time when we were going against teams is, what do we see this game as being like? Do we think we can move the ball? Are we going to struggle? Are they better than us? Should we be more aggressive defensively? Should we be bend but don't break? Do we got to try to create turnovers? And that seems like they're on the same page.
They were.
There,
It was awesome. Ole Miss's defense, right? Again, B side of the match. I mean, not really, but we just kind of considered the B side of the matchup. This is an LSU team. They were in the top 5. They were held by Ole Miss's defense 57 yards rushing total for the game, 2.6 yards a carry. Yeah. Not really, you know what I mean? And then, we already said it, 2 for 11 on third down. Garrett Nussmeier, 197 on 34 attempts. Again, like I don't want to use the word anemic, but it's like almost like not anemic, but go see a doctor. You're getting there. You know what I mean? So again, Ole Miss, they're rolling. Weeks throwing up, they had these guys running all over the field. They had a great game plan. They're playing complementary football, and Ole Miss is, I tell you what, man, watch out for them.
I'll tell you one thing that I love about Lane Kiffin is, and I think that the way he is on social media, I think the kids love playing for him because he says things and the kids want to go out and back it up. And he knows that, like, one of the funniest things I saw was there was a thing of Whit Weeks throwing up. It said throwing up, and then somebody wrote, one guy said, "What did Landry Kiffin give Whit Weeks that made him throw up?" And then Lane Kiffin responds, "Tempo." I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, you would have loved playing for this guy.
Absolutely. Another guy like that has like a Malta-esque swagger in social media, and he's throwing shade all over the place. It's like a Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
With some of his posts.
And the man.
Know what I mean?
All right, on to
the Oregon, baby. Big win.
What do you got there, Grush?
Number 2 team in college football.
He won.
What do you say?
What?
Is it Malta can talk? He won. Go ahead, Walt. What do you got?
After the first possession of the game, I thought the noise was not going to be a factor for their offense. I mean, they weren't fazed by the crowd, as you could tell. They dominated with 430 yards of offense, dominated the line of scrimmage. I mean, for 3/4 of the game, I would say, for 3 quarters. It got a little scary in the fourth, but
when you hold people, I mean, that's what you can do,
Oh, it's my turn. Aller cannot throw the ball. I mean, the one thing you had to do was stop the running game. I thought Oregon's defensive line came up big in all parts. I mean, they struggled a little bit towards the end on third down, getting off the field. But, I mean, Dante Moore, first big test for the guy. I mean, he didn't really play any big games at UCLA. Came here last year, sat behind Gabriel. We got Kite.
I was just gonna say, does the stage get any bigger, right? Like, I understand people have their preferences in terms of teams, but go a night primetime game in a whiteout, that environment, going in there as the away quarterback with the pressure he had on his shoulders, like Jay, can you tip your cap to
Yeah,
that?
no, I told you guys that in the text. I mean, listen, Oregon was the better team. I mean, I was disappointed. I really thought, and I think we all thought, I mean, most of us, I mean, maybe not Malta just because he's biased, but I thought Penn State would have been able to run the ball better. I mean, you got Singleton. I know you guys are all like Aller. Okay, yeah. Aller is okay. Like, he's a game manager. He's not going to win you the game, but you have two, not one, but two, and no one else can say this in all of college football, and I don't know when the last team can say it, two guys that have over 4,200 yards each. That's 8,500 yards of running offense in their backfield. And you can't run the ball consistently, for the first three quarters. I thought they were conservative. I thought they were conservative in their play calling. They didn't take any. I'm watching the game with my son. Oregon's playing cover 0, and they're taking no shots. When did they take a shot deep? Finally, when it was 17-3. And you guys are like, Aller can't throw the ball? That was a pretty fucking good pass. Part of my language. I mean, that was on the money, like 48 yards on a strike.
Listen.
Where was this earlier in the game? Where were the shots? I saw plays where Devontae Ross runs a 4-3, and they're playing cover 0 against him. And the big body receiver that they brought in, where are the shots against their 17-year-old Oregon corner?
Because
true freshman. They spent all this money in the portal on 3 receivers. I know we want to be critical of Aller, whatever, but when they did throw it deep, he threw a nice pass. Where was this earlier in the game? In my opinion, they were throwing these screens and this and that, very conservative. Like, they were almost like, it's okay, it's 3-3. Like, no, it's not okay.
Well, here was James Franklin's bunghole.
Right.
Yeah.
Tuck it up.
Everyone talks about
that's what we're not saying here.
And his offense and this and Colton Hickey, like, he showed it, in my opinion, in the fourth quarter. I saw some good stuff. Who didn't like the shovel with the fake off the rocket with the inside LK18 back to the wing back.
Where are those plays with these running backs?
That's the issue.
That was the Devontae Ross,
I know,
who runs a 4-3, and then you're asking for the Oregon middle linebacker Bouchier, who's 8 yards off the ball, who couldn't even sniff him. He didn't even get within 3 yards of him. Like, where was this?
The C gap was 9 yards wide. That's why it was a great play, Jay. And to speak to your point,
right? The
offense needs to be predicated around. It needs to be wrapped around Allen and Singleton.
But here's the thing: Aller, I know we're critical of Aller, but when he
throws the ball half the time,
don't talk together. Don't talk together. We can't hear anything.
When they ran the jet sweeps, right, and Aller, read it and pulled it, he got positive yards. I thought he had some good runs.
Well, that just goes to me. I'm going to say one thing about that. Like, this is college football, and everybody does it. If you have these two guys are good, you have trouble struggling, your quarterback struggling, let me see them both in the backfield. Right. Let's run some Baylor. Let's run some power read. Let's run some zone read. This is coaching,
Singleton was non-existent. He honestly, except a couple passes that he caught downfield, the one for the first down. John Allen had a really good fourth quarter and overtime. And then for some reason, I don't know why, still obviously upset about it. You're down 30-24 and you throw a pass on first down to the boundary with a lot of traffic. Like, run the ball. You scored on your last 3 drives.
Right.
Last 3. And it's double overtime. Oregon defense is on there. They got to be tired. You just scored on 3 straight possessions with a mixture, basically mostly all runs, whether it was Allen, Aller, and then the inside handoff to Ross.
LT18, baby.
LT18 back coming in. But, like, good stuff. And I was just very upset with, like, the first down call. But again, I mean, a good college game. When it was 17-3, I'm like, this is over. Like, I mean, I tried to do reverse mush. I'm like, congratulations.
You were trying to.
We were calling it.
You put the jersey on.
I'm going to try that tonight. Like tonight, like, I mean, great. Red Sox, congratulations. The series is over.
I like that.
And took out 2009.
Oh!
Who is that guy?
A-Rod, baby. A-Rod. Bringing back A-Rod for tonight.
I have one quick question for you, Jay. Actually, I have 2. I'll try and make them quick. In regards to Penn State, the last little thing I'll leave you with is everybody's jumping all over Franklin. He can't win the big game. He can't win the big game. Last year, Jay, you and I would text a bazillion times a game with the creativity, with Tyler Warren, Cat, and all that stuff. They did a great job in some series.
Right.
You have these 2 awesome running backs. Now, here's the thing, and obviously
they did do some wildcat.
But here's my point. I'm a meathead O-line coach, and I want to run the ball every play. When you are in a close game like that, which it was for the majority of the game, and you're running the ball and you're having like spotty success with it, it's still body blows, and you're still forcing Oregon's defense to tackle those guys. They were falling forward for yards, and the dividends paid off in overtime. When the ball got handed off, even if it wasn't clean, those were physical punishing runs, 3, 4, 5 yards. Malta's butthole was puckered up. I was sitting right next to him. And what do? Franklin, I understand there's an offensive coordinator. I understand there's a defensive coordinator. This guy's the head coach. Is his headset on? Is it plugged in? Is he having any input?
Yeah.
Like he might have the Bushman headset there.
Here.
So Jay, real quick, Aller is right now 5-8 against ranked teams. You want to know who the 5 wins are? They are Utah, Iowa, Illinois, SMU, and Boise.
Yeah.
He has not beat a team of this caliber. And I'm not trying to shit on the kid, but with the game on the line and you have 2 horses in the backfield and you are pounding Oregon, keep it up, dude. Why are you throwing the ball there? It is
that's what I said.
Inexcusable.
That's what I said. And listen, they, what was I going to say? Listen, we were watching a game. Franklin, if you watch it, he didn't have it. And then around the 4th quarter, which I don't know, because some of those calls were pretty good.
It's not a real play sheet, dude.
And the first overtime, I saw way better. Franklin had the play sheet in his hand.
It was a Buffalo Wild Wings menu.
No, he did. Yes, but earlier in the game, he did not have a play sheet. In the 4th, he's holding this giant play sheet. Was he calling the plays? Was he involved more?
It was Steve's Bear playbook.
What about
Jay, real quick?
Listen, hold it. One thing we got to talk about. Go ahead.
What about the
last thing I want to ask
fumble?
Jay? I just want to ask Jay. The last thing I want to ask Jay is, Jay, do you feel any personal responsibility to the negative karma and juju that you put out in the universe, specifically towards Cowboys fans, circling back around and getting Penn State, getting the Yankees, and the Giants, despite a nice win for Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors goes down with an injury. I feel like this looms large over you, and this is a result of what you put out into the universe. Go ahead. I'll give you the floor. Do you feel any responsibility for this, yes or no?
Any responsibility? No,
Yes.
no. I'm just a fan.
Okay.
There's no paycheck in my mailbox. Listen, I've witnessed greatness, and greatness that I could remember. When you witnessed greatness, you were playing with cars and trucks on the floor. You were a small child. And
I wasn't small, but I was a child.
You were a small child, and you were rolling around, and occasionally, you would with your fire truck, you were riding it, and then you would look up, and then like people would cheer in your household, and then you would look up at the TV and you would wonder what was happening, and then you would see Jimmy Johnson, guys you didn't know, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Jimmy Johnson, all these guys, and you'd be like, and you'd look for a second, and then you'd go back to the fire trucks on the rug. See, at least I was older. Like I remember.
We went to the parades.
I went to these. I went to the parades. I went to playoff games. I went to World Series games. I went to Giants playoff games.
That's great.
Never went to Super Bowl. I mean, I've watched obviously multiple, including some great Giant victories. But so yes. Anyway,
comes around, dude.
The fumble.
The mush powers are unbelievable.
We have to discuss the fumble.
Listen, that was. I mean, I went back and watched it again today. Like, I think his knee might have hit a blade of grass. I mean, I can understand. Listen, it's a blade of grass, and that was a big overturn right there. I mean, that basically probably decided the game. And was his knee down? I mean, listen. It didn't touch any. It didn't touch any earth. It touched some green pieces of grass.
My thing was, and when I said to you guys in the text, if that happened, he bounced off and went forward and scored. Would they have reviewed that and brought that back and marked that down where he was and said no touchdown? Or if he had fallen forward for whatever, 3 or 4 or 5 yards and maybe got a first, or even if it was just a 3 or 4 yard run, would they have marked that back? And that was my thing. Like, was it because it was a fumble that they took another look at it? If it was a positive offensive play,
who knows?
That's my point. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, we got to get moving, but great games.
Yeah,
so
listen, it's a good game.
Awesome games all around. I got to say that.
And we're going to deserve the win. They were a better team.
Manning is 11-0 in the Big Ten.
And let's remember, James Franklin is 0-15 versus the top 5. So, sorry, but listen, man, the results matter.
I wish I had Bo Prabula.
That's what a lot of Penn State people are saying. All right, 5 would you rather questions. Having some fun ones here. Okay, who would you rather be in the ACC? Number 18, Florida State, coming off a close road loss to 3-1 Virginia, possibly in a trap game. Or number 17, 5-0, Georgia Tech, coming off a comeback win over Wake Forest. Who would you rather be?
GT, baby. I mean, the team is relentless. I mean, they come back, they play hard, they punch you in the mouth, and your quarterback's name is Haynes King. He's a dog. He probably does 30-second keg stands on Saturday nights. I mean, how do you not ride for this guy? I mean, this
gotcha.
I agree wholeheartedly, just because, again, the identity of the offense, these guys are built to go out and compete against teams. I know other conferences are always held in a little bit higher regard than Georgia Tech's, but I just feel like they're built to go out and compete and be nasty and be physical against anybody they play against. And I think they're always going to have a puncher's chance moving forward because of the way they can control the football and the way they just rush for yards, get big plays, the misdirection. They're equalizers, and I think they're in a really good spot. So I'll agree, Georgia Tech.
All right, next one. In the SEC, who would you rather be? 16 ranked 5-0 Vandy, coming off a nice 55-35 win over Utah State. Or number 19, Mizzou, coming off a 42-6 win over the UMass Minutemen.
This is a tough one.
Tough teams there, baby.
It's a tough one. I think I'll take Vandy. You got one, Grosh? You got some, Grosh?
No, it's just both really good teams.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, both teams that have really. I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt. I mean, both teams are. I would say I shouldn't say up and coming. Definitely Vanderbilt more up and coming than Missouri. I think Missouri over the last 5 years or whatever, they've gradually made it. Vandy, I mean, they were bottom of the barrel. I mean, bottom of the barrel, doormat, SEC, like kind of like whatever.
Prime example of what the NIL and transfers can do for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I mean, Randy, they got the coach. I watched that SEC documentary on Netflix. I was impressed with the coach, his culture, the things that he said, and the way that, the identity that he's built. And, I mean, carrying the goalposts last year with Alabama, and it's just carried over. But who do I think is – I mean, that's tough. I mean, who do I think's a better team? I mean, that's really tough. I mean, I think Missouri might be a little tad better than Vandy, but I mean, it's really close. They both
run the rock, man. They both run the rock.
They're both pretty good. They got some good
week for Vandy
players. Both their quarterbacks. I know Bo Perbula well from watching the Penn State games. And Vanderbilt, obviously, with Diego Pavea. They're the Missouri
running back
center is from played at Modern Day. That's that kid from around here. He went to Michigan first as a D lineman.
Oh, that's right.
Kid,
yeah.
And then he transferred from Michigan with a transfer deal, portal deal, and now he's the center from Missouri, and he's very good.
Yeah, he played us in 2019.
Yes.
And he ate us up.
The Italian kid.
Yeah.
The big Italian kid played at Modern Day when they were bringing everybody.
Vito Papagiorgio, I think.
When they were bringing it. Anyway, he's good. He's good. So local kid, whatever.
Yep.
Somewhat local. I think he's from Brooklyn or something.
No, I think he's actually from Freehold.
Oh, he's from Freehold?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
The rest of the team was from Brooklyn.
All right. Now, next one. Who would you rather be in their respective conference? In the Big Ten, would you rather be number 11, 5-0 Indiana, coming off a close win versus Iowa? Little controversy over the spread in that game. I'll get into that after you guys are done talking. And then or number 9, 4-0 Texas A&M in the loaded SEC, coming off a tough win over Auburn. Who would you rather be?
I'm taking A&M. I just feel like they're explosive. They got a great quarterback. They got a great coach. I don't think unless you're with, again, I think everybody thought that they would be good. Mike Elko is a great coach, but I don't think anybody expected them to be in the position, unless you're within the walls of the Texas A&M football program. I don't think anybody expected them to be where they're at right now. I definitely think with their record and the way they're playing football, they're definitely in the driver's seat. And I think that they have an exciting couple games moving forward. So I'm going to go with A&M.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd rather be in the SEC too, because I think the two best teams are over there in the Big Ten. So, and the SEC looks like any one of these teams on any given night can beat each other.
Well, listen, I think Big Ten, I think there's like a top 4, and then there's everybody else. And then in the SEC, top to bottom, unless you're Arkansas right now, it's probably everybody else can knock each other off. That's what seems like. Maybe Kentucky down there too, but that's what it looks like right there. So tough one. Little controversy in that game where I heard people, and I was listening to these guys complaining about the way Indiana took the game-ending safety because they were up by 7. And the guys are like, oh, this game needs to be investigated. This is ridiculous. They made them cover the spread. And I'm like, you're a moron. Like, this is coaching. This is not punting the ball, not putting your offense out there. We practice plays like this when we were coaching. We practice it, taking the safety, everybody on the offense tackles somebody on defense. Who cares if we get a penalty? Let's just take the ball, eat the clock, step out of the end zone. So these gambling guys talking about this are like, dude, you got to understand football before you open your mouth and say stuff like this,
Well, the thing is that it was that he ran so far.
Well,
and listen, we all played football. When I get it, you get the ball as a quarterback, and there's 3 seconds left, and you're running. You're running like you
just run backwards,
right? And there's all these people yelling. Like, it's easy to watch on TV and say he has 3 seconds. When you're running and you know that you got some 270 guy chasing you.
Yeah, but my point, Jay, is this.
Clock.
No, there's no inner clock. You know what you tell them as the coach?
Right.
Run out of the end zone. You can't make it there in under 3 seconds.
Right.
Run out of the end zone.
Well, people are saying he should have ran and then thrown it.
No, that's not what anybody says. That's not what a coach says. These are people that don't understand. We're here to win the football game.
And the thing was that the kid talked about it in the press.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
The kid said it. The first thing he said in the press conference was addressing the 5.5 spread.
No.
So that made people.
Well, probably people were talking about it, probably telling them. I imagine.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys got that right?
Oh, the guy from Missouri, the center, to do him justice in case any of his family members are watching us. It's Dominic
Giudice. That's right.
DC or Giudice.
Yeah, I remember.
He's from Freehold, New Jersey, and an article on him in Sports Illustrated, citing him as the glue of the Missouri offensive line.
Impressive.
So he's doing very well. He was the offensive lineman of the week in week 1 and in the SEC in week 2, I believe.
All right, good stuff, Coach. All right, here we go. Now, which quarterback would you rather be going to the big campus party after this win? Illinois quarterback Luke Altmaier, whose big day helped beat previously unbeaten USC, number 21 USC, and old Oklahoma coach, name, slipping my head, coach of USC.
Lincoln Riley.
Right, sorry,
Thank you,
slipped my mind. But again, Lincoln Riley complaining about going, we got to go so far. Well, you know what? You wanted to join the Big Ten. This stuff you got to do.
Exactly.
And he's complaining about, this affected us, whatever. They lost the game. Don't come up with excuses. And that game at home, or would you rather be Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar, who had a monster game and helped beat previously unbeaten Mississippi State at home, too, at Rocky Top? Which quarterback would you rather be going to the keg party, Malt?
I'm going to take Luke Altmaier.
All right.
Heck of a season. I mean, coming off a big win after a terrible loss the week before.
Yep.
He's got 1,183 yards, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he's 84.8 in QBR, brings him in top 11th rank. I mean,
great comeback by him in Illinois.
He's got to be the best guy on campus right now.
Yep.
I got to go Tennessee. I just feel like
it's like
look at old Rocky Top. Look at that place. The place is electric. I cannot imagine being the starting quarterback of that freaking team after a win like that, going out and about on campus. I just feel like both are the big man on campus. Both had a huge win. It's like it kind of comes down to like, what's the atmosphere better?
That's what I'm saying.
I got to go Tennessee, man.
Listen, I'm going to Tennessee rather than going to Champaign. And listen, Illinois, I mean, listen, you don't know what's going on around there, man.
What do they do out there, Malt? I don't even know.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to do out there. All right, here we go. Now, my awesome question for you guys. Who would you rather be? Who would you rather be at the family dinner table on Sunday night? LSU linebacker Whit Weeks, who lost a close game to his girlfriend's father's team at Ole Miss, or Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin. Rumor has it, Whit was saying to Lane, your daughter calls me daddy, to which Lane responded, the entire state of Louisiana calls me daddy.
Yeah.
Gotta love this guy. Sorry. I know it's not me when I was coaching, but I love what he's got. I want to hear what he has to say next. Where do you want to be, guys?
Give me Lane.
I'm Lane Kiffin all day, dude. The guy just has swagger for days. He's very witty. Whit Weeks, congratulations. But at the end of the day, you guys were supposed to come in and handle business, and I just feel like Lane Kiffin kind of pretty much dismantled LSU and kind of exposed them a little bit. And in the process, got a great shot on ESPN of you losing your lunch in front of, everybody. So I got to go Lane Kiffin there, man.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of questions about that Insta post, Lane. Why are you letting your daughter leave at 2 a.m.?
All right. Well, now we're going to get into next week. I'm going to start this off with one of the big games this week coming up. Number 3, undefeated Miami Hurricanes traveling north on I-95, then going a little bit west across Route 10, heading up to Tallahassee and taking on the previously unbeaten, recently upset Florida State Seminoles. FSU leads the nation in total yards per game, 630 yards a game. Has had multiple games exceeding 700 yards. This is a storied in-state rivalry. Miami leads the series 36-33. This series goes back to like my childhood, watching this game. Every year, it seemed like this game was coming and it was determining which team would be the national championship when I was like basically right out of high school. Jay would remember, and it starts off with the wide right trilogy. So, start 1991, undefeated. Number 1, Florida State goes to number 2, Miami Hurricanes. The end of the game, 29 seconds left, clock running down. Florida State kicker, Jerry Thomas, lines up. The kick would have been a game-winning field goal. Goes up, wide right. Next year, comes back, number 3 Seminoles, visiting number 2 in the Orange Bowl, Miami Hurricanes. FSU offense powered by good old Charlie Ward, old New York Knickerbockers point guard. Now, 1916 with just over a minute left. Ward drove the offense into field goal range. Kicker again, Danny Mowry, attempted a 39-yard field goal to tie it up. Wide right. Ooh, rough. Then the third in the trilogy. They weren't playing that song much.
They're going to play it Saturday night.
The fights in the trilogy. Number 1, Florida State, reigning national champions in 2000, faced the number 7 Miami Hurricanes in the Orange Bowl. Okay, Florida State was undefeated and seeking another national championship, while Miami was on a 6-game losing streak against the Seminoles in the series. Miami drove down the field. Kicker, Chris Wenke, quarterback for Florida State, took the Seminoles down the field. Kicker Matt Munyon attempting a 49-yard field goal as time expired, but wide right. And Miami won 27-24. But despite the loss, Florida State still played a national championship game where they lost to Josh Heupel-led Oklahoma Sooners in the national championship game. And then also in 2002, there was a wide left kick that Florida State lost. Kicker Xavier Bedia missed a 43-yard field goal wide left to lose the game. And then 2004, a blocked field goal by Florida State had a blocked field goal to lose to Miami again. It was
same kicker
in overtime, same kicker. Unbelievable special teams mess ups. I remember Bobby Batten running on the field and then looking up going, oh, my God, it didn't go in. Like, I just remember that, put that in my head. But that was us growing up, man, enjoying those games. Guys, what do you think about this game?
I just think, Miami is one of these teams where if they have any success in the beginning of the year, you could throw a couple other teams in this category, a Penn State, a Notre Dame. If they have any success early on, everybody on TV wants to say they're back, they're back, they're back. If this team Miami looks great. They're exciting to watch. They're fun. If they want to get into being the U, right? If ESPN has to commission another U documentary on 30 for 30 to cover this team in this era, they got to go start doing U stuff, which is like winning some of these rivalry games, right? Beat Florida, beat them up, So now here's the next one. Go beat FSU. Stylistically, styles make fights, right? I think that FSU love their offense. They're very exciting. They got some great players, but again, strength on strength, because I got to give the edge to the Miami's defense. Miami's defense is nasty. They have 2 great edge players, and I think the difference is going to be, I think the B side of the matchup, I think Miami's offense, Malachi Toney and some of these guys, the big offensive line, I think they're going to have the ability to stop or at least slow down Florida State. And I think they're going to be able to lean on Florida State, Miami's offense, and score some points. I think Miami has a handed victory here.
All right.
I like if I would take in this game, I mean, taking 4.5 with the points for FSU probably isn't a bad idea. I do think Miami wins this game. I just think it's going to be close. Like Z was saying, all these field goals are coming down, so 4.5 might not be a bad idea. But just, you know what I mean? Just keep Castellanos limited. I mean, the guy's going to go out there. He's going to make plays. He can pass the ball, run the ball. He could do. Miami's defense has been – that's the one thing they've been missing the last couple of years. I mean, that's huge for them. It's been very good this year. Like Kite said, they got a bunch of D linemen that are freaking studs. Avoid turnovers, Carson Beck. If he keeps the ball in his receiver's hands, not in the quarterback hands, and he's throwing it to white jerseys, not brown or red jerseys. I think
they're garnet.
Sorry, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a heck of a game.
I hate that. Listen, just for obvious reasons, because of our rivalry with a certain team, I hate hearing that fight song, that Florida State fight song. It just drives me wild.
Oh, listen, it gets me ready to play.
Yeah, for sure. But
I get pumped up, baby. Where does it get?
It's gonna be
all right. Going on to next game of the week. Listen, another great game in the SEC.
It's every week.
Woo! Coach Kite, take it away.
So listen, man. Vanderbilt 5-0, going to Tuscaloosa. And I feel like for context on this game, we have to rewind the hands of time back 1 year. Last year, what happened? You had number 1 in the country, Alabama.
Snuck up on.
Right? Vanderbilt.
Not happening this year.
Who is playing spoiler almost every week. You had Diego Pavia, went out there, stood on his head, upsets Alabama, kind of sends them on a little bit of a downward trajectory because their season kind of fell apart a little bit after that. And they turn out, the fans are out there. It's wild. The Pavia's family's out there, all 20 of them. They're going nuts. And Vanderbilt with a huge upset last year. Now, take into the situation now, you have Bama coming off a huge win over Georgia. Coach Z, you could speak to this as a head coach. How difficult is it when your team has an outrageous, hard-fought, emotional win, and the emotions are up here, to not have any letdown the following week? I feel like because of last year, this had the potential to be a rat poison game, to quote the GOAT Nick Saban, a rat poison game, a trap game. But because of what happened last year and because of Vanderbilt's undefeated record coming in right now, I think that this is a game that Coach DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide had circled on their calendar since last year, and I think it's going to get nasty. So just a quick comparison. Diego Pavia comes into the game. He's red hot. He's leading Vanderbilt 5-0 for the first time since 2008. If you look at Vanderbilt's quarterback versus Bama's quarterback, Diego Pavia versus Ty Simpson, I can't help but be reminded of a little bit of the movie Top Gun with Maverick over here versus Iceman over here. You know what I mean? You have Diego Pavia, Maverick, 94 completions on 126 attempts, 1,211 yards, 74.6 completion percentage, 13 TDs, 3 INTs. He leads his team as the quarterback through 5 games in rushing, 48 carries, 294 yards, over 6 yards a carry with 2 rushing TDs. Here's the deal, though. He'll take chances. He takes chances throwing the ball down the field, and he'll literally run himself into sacks when he's protected. But when they need it, he will stand on his head and do something. Again, we've talked about it before. Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, you got guys that'll just run out there like a gunslinger and sling it. You know, he's a wild man. He's the Maverick.
Johnny Manziel is going to be there as a guest of Diego Pavia in a Diego Pavia jersey.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Here's the deal.
I heard Vandy may come out. Jared, rumor has it, I saw Vandy may come out in gun pistol.
Yeah, that's
gun. Eye formation out of the gun.
Pistol, eye formation.
I heard teams are doing. I heard teams
high formation gun, right? What do you think about that, Jared?
Right, let's try it.
Why the hell not?
And then the camera might pan up to the press box, and you might have a guy that looks like Ed Ordron, but it just happens to be a guy we both know, Dave Christopher. In comparison, on the flip side of the coin from Diego Pavia, we have Ty Simpson. All right, 88 completions, 127 attempts. Again, 1,138 yards, 69% completion percentage, 11 TDs. But here's the factor. Here's the Iceman part of it. No turnovers. Through 5 games in the SEC, playing some good teams, this kid doesn't turn the ball over. He takes care of the football. He is Iceman. He never leaves his wingman. He's not Maverick. He's not doing some crazy stuff.
You just called him Maverick.
This guy is a guy who is going to take care of the football, follow the game plan, and he is carving teams up. Again, we talked about it. They're transitioning from, Nick Saban line up and punch you in the face for 4+ quarters to a Kalen DeBoer, kind of a finesse offense, but this guy does a terrific job. So I really think
you're taking Vandy with 10.5.
Listen, if I'm being honest, cards on the table, I'm rooting for Vandy because I just feel like I'd like to see them get theirs, but my money is on Alabama, man. I just feel like with that win over Georgia, it's kind of solidified a little something in that team. It's galvanized them a little bit. They have a little bit of friggin' bad taste in their mouth for Vandy from last year. And I think it's going to be an outrageous game. It has the potential to go either way, but I'm going to lean Bam on this.
Okay.
Maul, what do you got?
I think Bama's going to roll it. I mean, they're hungry from that FSU. They look like they're coming through making statements every week. I mean, everyone was counting Bama out, not UZ, but everyone was counting Bama out the last couple of weeks, and they could be back.
One thing I noticed in the game, I went down a rabbit hole on Google AI and found out a great stuff about last year's game and how a great job of self-scouting that Vanderbilt did about what they did with their offense last year, how they self-scouted knowing that Bama would scout them, and they self-scouted, changed motions, changed personnel, changed their splits, changed a lot of stuff that caught Bama off guard, and it was effective for Vanderbilt going 12 for 18 on third downs in critical situations.
Real
what do we got?
They had
Texas. What's your game, Mark?
Got Kites, Texas Longhorns, going to Florida, baby. Both teams coming off a bye. I mean, this is Arch's game. This is his game to prove himself that it's not just his last name. Like, this is his game. I have full confidence in it. I mean, Texas has yet to play on all cylinders. They have yet to click on all cylinders. There's been shaky offense. Their defense has been very good. But, I mean, hopefully on the offensive side, they get Quatravion Windsor back. I mean, if they do get him back, they said it might be on a snap count. But it still would be a good piece to get back to the offense. Texas will be more prepared for this game. I mean, coming off the bye, Florida needs to find an identity of themselves. I mean, both teams have been struggling this year, but I think Texas coming in at 6.5 might be a good line to dabble it, but Arch is going to have a game. I mean, I think Florida's offense is it's at a stall. They can't – DJ just – the play calling's not there. DJ can't find his receivers. He's throwing too many picks. Like, this is a game where I think Texas gets back on their horse and starts wheeling.
Coach, you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree. Listen, the struggle is real in Texas, man. I'm not a homer. I am not a whacker. I am a fan of the game of football, and I will be upfront and honest. The Texas Longhorns, Arch Manning is struggling. That said, their defense is very good. They get Quintravian Wisner back. They couple that. They have the 1-2 punch. Baxter, some of these running backs leaning on their offensive line. Again, a young offensive line, but a good offensive line. I think they have enough in the tank right now to get the job done.
One thing I'm going to release is, listen, Texas, you've had 3 home games in a row against the group of 6 teams. It's about time. We're playing some big-time football, and they're on the road at Florida, and let's see what they got. But we'll talk about it in a little while. All right, we're going to go in our next a quick thing we're going to get with our who needs it more in week 6 here in college football. Who needs to win more? Louisville, ball boy, Zephian Wade, who got the ball back in the end zone from a Pitt fan, from the Pitt fans, and the fight on the sideline with the Pitt players. The Pitt players thought they got the ball away from him, gave it to the stands, but the ball boy got the ball back in the end. So let's hear it for that guy. He got to win more. Yeah. All right, who needs to win more here, boys? Here we go. In a battle of legendary coaches, 1-3 Clemson at 2-2 University of North Carolina. Who needs to win more?
I'll go quickly here. Belichick. Belichick needs this win more. You're a 14.5-point underdog at home. You got the whole fan base behind you saying, this is Belichick. Is Belichick going to make this a 7-point game? Is Belichick going to win this game? So that's what I'm going for, and you got a program that's struggling on the other side of the field.
But yeah, Dabo isn't going anywhere. I feel like the season's shot. They still have Florida State on the schedule. It is what it is. I don't think Dabo's getting fired over this. Belichick had a lot of weird buzz around him and the departure from the Patriots. No other NFL team wanted to hire him. Now there's like all this speculation. Can he still do it? Can he not? I just feel like Belichick needs this a little bit more than Dabo.
All right, who needs to win more in this game with teams coming off a tough loss? Number 7, Penn State at UCLA, or number 12, Georgia, coming off a close loss to Bama against Kentucky. Who needs this win more?
Georgia to me, look at the rest of their schedule. Base it on schedule alone. Both teams kind of in a similar predicament in terms of record moving forward, playoffs, etc. Look at strength of schedule moving forward. Penn State, it is what it is. Georgia's going to play the meat grinder the rest of the year. I think Georgia really needs every win is vital for them.
All right, here we go now. Which team is on upset alert more here? Number 9, Texas, traveling to the swamp with the Red River shootout looming in the distance. Or number 14, Iowa State at Cincinnati, a 3-1, very good Cincinnati team with only one loss to Nebraska by 3 points. Who needs to win more?
This is just passive-aggressive. Z is just, with these questions, just slipping in anti-Texas sentiment, passive-aggressive.
Coach, just say Texas needs to win more. That's all we're talking about here.
Awesome.
This is a perfect trap game.
Yeah, Coach Maul. You're up, Maul.
I'm going to take Cincinnati here. I mean, they're coming in unranked against a ranked team, and Cincinnati's the favorite. I'm going to be taking Cincinnati on the money line, so let's ride Cincy.
All right, Maul, real quick, money makers.
2-1 last week. We hit Oregon on the money line, Oregon plus 3.5. We lost Georgia money line. We're 7-5 this year on the straight plays. This week, quick and easy. Cincinnati money line versus Iowa State. And I'm also going to dabble with Texas A&M. We're going to buy half a point, and I'm going to take them at 13.5. The 3-leg parlay, we're going Bama money line, Texas money line, Cincinnati money line, plus 208.
All right. I'm going
to Mush chime in with his mush of the week.
What's the mush of the week?
Well, last week I was 5 for 6. The only game I lost was the Georgia game and a 6-leg parlay. So this week, four games. Texas minus 6.5 over Louisville minus 6.5 over Virginia. Florida State plus 4.5 against Miami, and Alabama minus 10.5 over Vanderbilt. Take those 4 picks, put your whatever, put $100 on it, and you'll be eating.
All right, to finish it off, here we go. Roadrunner of the week. Not going to mix around here. Dante Moore of Oregon. Got to give it to him on that hostile environment, coming out with a big win. Hey, Maul, headhunter.
Here we go. Coming in with 17 tackles on the week. He had 6 solo tackles, 11 assisted tackles, 1 pass breakup from Tennessee, linebacker Arian Carter.
Hey, fools! It's not always about the stats. It's not always about the rushing yards. I think the team executed. Anytime you get a win over Georgia, I got to tip my cap to you. Fools of the week. I'm going with Alabama Crimson Tide.
All right, well, guys, thank you for joining us. All right, We'll see you next week. Enjoy the games this weekend. Later.
Take care.